Hello movie lovers, and welcome back to MosawaMovie, your ultimate destination for in-depth movie analysis. Tonight, we delve into the dark, rain-soaked streets of New York City for a film that may have received little attention, but packs a punch unmatched by any other action drama, 2015's Run All Night. Directed by Jaume Collet-Serra and starring Liam Neeson, alongside Joel Kinnaman and the legendary Ed Harris, Run All Night is more than just an action film. It's a raw, visceral, and emotionally charged journey into the life of a haunted man, a desperate father, and a city that never sleeps, yet is acutely aware of the brutal realities of its criminal underworld. What happens when a lifetime of bad choices catches up with you in one chaotic night? What does it take for a father to reconnect with his estranged son when their lives are at stake? And can salvation truly be found in the barrel of a gun? Tonight, we dissect every aspect of this underrated gem, from its thrilling action to its profound character dynamics, to understand why Run All Night deserves a spot on your must-see list. The premise: one night, one family, chaos. Let's set the stage. Our hero is Jimmy Conlon, played with grueling brilliance by Liam Neeson. Jimmy is a former hitman for Brooklyn mob boss Sean McGuire, played by the incomparable Ed Harris. For decades, Jimmy was Sean's loyal enforcer, his most trusted friend, and his most dangerous weapon. But those days are long gone. Now, Jimmy is a shadow of his former self, a drunk, haunted by the ghosts of his violent past, alienated from his family, and living a solitary life. His son, Michael Conlon, played by Joel Kinnaman, is a limo driver who wants nothing to do with his father's dark world. He's a good man, trying to build a decent life for his family, fiercely protecting them from his father's sins. The gulf between Jamie and Michael is vast, filled with years of silent resentment and unforgiven transgressions. The catalyst for our story is a fateful night. Danny, Sean McGuire's reckless son, finds himself in trouble with Albanian drug dealers. Michael, by pure coincidence, is driving Danny's accomplice's car. When Danny commits a brutal murder, Michael unwittingly witnesses it. This sets off a chain reaction. Danny targets Michael, forcing Jamie to intervene. In a desperate attempt to save his son, Jamie kills Danny. And here, my friends, New York City becomes a deadly chessboard. Sean McGuire, devastated by the loss of his son, declares war on Jamie and Michael. What was once a deep friendship between Jamie and Sean turns into a blood feud, a relentless quest for revenge. From that moment, the entire city becomes a haunting ground. Jamie and Michael have one night to survive a relentless onslaught of mafia, police, and hired killers, all while trying to mend a fractured relationship and confront a past that refuses to stay buried. It's a race against time, a desperate struggle for survival, and a last chance at redemption. Run All Night shines thanks to its amazing characters and the powerful performances that bring them to life. Let's start with Jimmy Conlon. Liam Neeson has established himself as the gray-haired man with the edge of his seat, but here he raises the bar. Jamie isn't just an action hero, he's a man burdened by a tremendous inner struggle. You see the fatigue in his eyes, the weight of years of violence and remorse on his shoulders. He drinks to forget, but the memories are still there, gnawing at him. Neeson brilliantly portrays a man who has lost everything but is given one last, desperate chance to save the one thing that matters, his son. His transformation from a self-destructive alcoholic to a fiercely protective father was moving and compelling. Every punch, every shot fired, carried the emotional weight of a man fighting not only for his life, but for his soul as well. Then there's Michael Conlon, played by Joel Kinnaman. Michael embodies the normal life Jamie never had, and the life he wishes his son had. Kinnaman captures Michael's initial disdain and anger toward his father, and his refusal to acknowledge their connection. But as the night progresses, as they face death together, Michael is forced to confront his father's world head-on. He's not a fighter, but he's forced to adapt and trust the man he despises. This reluctant partnership, this forced intimacy under extreme pressure, is the film's beating heart. We see Michael's fear, his frustration, his growing understanding, and even a flicker of sympathy for the man he calls Dad. Finally, there's the incredible Sean McGuire, played by the legendary Ed Harris. Sean isn't a one-dimensional villain. He's Jamie's oldest friend, a man who built an empire with him. Their bond was deep, built on loyalty and shared darkness. When Jamie kills Danny, Sean's world comes crashing down. Harris imbues Sean with a deep, Shakespearean sadness. His revenge isn't just criminal, it's deeply personal, driven by the unbearable loss of his father. He sees Jaume as a traitor, and his relentless pursuit of them is driven by a tragic mix of love, rage, and a twisted sense of honor. The confrontations between Neeson and Harris are thrilling, charged with decades of more than just a thrilling chase. It's rich with profound thematic explorations that elevate it beyond the conventional action genre. The most prominent theme is redemption. Jaume Collet desperately seeks it. His past is a heavy burden, a series of violent acts that have alienated him from everyone he loves. Protecting Michael isn't just about survival, it's his last chance to atone for his sins, to prove that he's not completely lost, that beneath his hardened exterior, there's a glimmer of humanity. The idea of a final, desperate act of redemption for a lifetime of wrongdoing resonates deeply. Then there's the complex interplay of loyalty and betrayal. Jimmy and Sean's decades-long bond shatters in an instant. This film beautifully and tragically explores what happens when steadfast loyalty is broken by necessity. Both men believe they're doing the right thing, acting out of love for their sons, yet their paths lead to inevitable destruction. This prompts us to ask, when does loyalty become a chain? And what are the truly unforgivable lines? The film also delves into the sins of a father and their impact on the next generation. Michael is a direct result of Jimmy's choices. It's a domino effect of violence, as one act of protection escalates into all-out war, illustrating the irreversible nature of violence and how quickly it can unravel lives. Director Jaume Collet-Serra has a distinctive style, having often collaborated with Liam Neeson on thrillers such as Uncharted, Non-Stop, and The Passenger. In this film, Collet-Serra excels at crafting gripping stories that unfold within limited time frames. His direction in Run All Night is gripping and resolute, keeping the audience on the edge of their seats from beginning to end. He knows exactly how to pace the story, when to step back from character development, and when to unleash the ensuing chaos. Martin Rue's cinematography is another highlight. New York City, usually portrayed as a vibrant and iconic metropolis, is transformed into a dark, harsh, almost claustrophobic labyrinth. The rain-soaked streets, dark alleys, and dimly lit interiors all contribute to a palpable sense of danger and despair. The camera work is dynamic, often tracking the characters through intense chase scenes, making the audience feel immersed in a frantic struggle for survival. Practical effects and realistic action choreography ensure that every punch, every gunshot, and every bone-shattering shock feels worthy and poignant. It's a realistic approach to action that makes the stakes feel incredibly high. The pacing is relentless. Once the conflict ignites, the film rarely lets up. It's a non-stop, adrenaline-fueled race against time, constantly propelling Jaume and Michael from one dangerous encounter to the next. Yet, amidst the chaos, Collet-Serra skillfully weaves in moments of emotional gravitas, allowing the audience to breathe and connect with the characters before throwing them back into the flames. This balance of energetic action and heartfelt drama is what makes Run All Night so captivating. Why does Run All Night stand out among the plethora of action thrillers? Because it's not just about the action, it also delves into the emotional core behind the explosions and gunfights. It's a story that explores universal themes like family, forgiveness, and the deep longing for a second chance. The film takes familiar tropes and infuses them with tragic human depth. You'll find yourself rooting for Jimmy, despite his dark past, because his motive is pure, to save his son. You'll empathize with Sean's grief, even as he stalks his former friend with murderous intent. The film's strength lies in its ability to balance exhilarating action sequences with poignant character moments. Jimmy and Michael's journey from complete estrangement to fragile understanding is deeply moving. It's a testament to the power of a well-told story, driven by strong performances, that makes you forget you're watching a genre film and simply engage with the human drama unfolding on screen. It's a bold, realistic thriller that recognizes its strengths and executes them brilliantly. If you're looking for an action film with a soul, one that keeps you contemplating its characters long after the film has ended, Run All Night is a must-see. An unforgettable night. Run All Night embodies the power of character-driven action. It's a film that reminds us that even in the darkest corners of the human experience, there can be glimmers of hope, redemption, and a lasting family bond. Liam Neeson delivers one of his most nuanced performances, supported by a superb cast and impeccable direction. It's the story of a father who finally accepts his past to fight for his future, and a son who finds the courage to confront a world he never wanted to be a part of. It's a moving, heartwarming, and unforgettable story. So, if you haven't seen it, take some time one night, relax, and prepare for an exciting journey through the hidden gems of New York City. For those who have, what are your favorite moments? Which character resonated with you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for joining us on MosawaMovie. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel for more in-depth analysis, and turn on the notifications bell so you don't miss our next in-depth segment. Until then, keep watching the amazing movies, and see you in our next segment.